let's talk about the man babies of CSGO. And I am just begging these guys to stop telling on themselves, because I hear a lot about how, like, I can't play the game and Richard Lewis doesn't play the game and he shouldn't play the game because he's terrible. He's dog shit. In fact, he's never been above. He's a silver. He's never been at any rank above that. So his opinion about anything, even esports or teams or who plays well, or doesn't count. None of it counts because obviously we, the 25k average Reddit community, we know the game better than he ever will, despite him being involved in Counter-Strike for 2 decades. So obviously that's all true, right? Yeah, it's good to know. So anyway, but I keep seeing clips of people posted on the subreddit where they're complaining about CS2 being broken, but what they're doing is just being, and there's a scientific technical term for it, shit. They're just being shit at the game, and I know that can't be true because nobody on Reddit is shit at the game. Nobody on Reddit doesn't understand the game. No one on Reddit is a fucking moron that doesn't understand fundamentals about a game that has been around for all of this time, right? There's no way. I mean, I'm not just talking about CS. I'm talking about everyone on Reddit understands the fundamentals of, like, how latency works and the internet works and Pika's advantage and all of that stuff, right? Everybody knows about that. There's no way they could just be fucking shit idiots. There's no way. There's no way. I won't have it said, not round these parts. Anyway, why don't we take a look at some threads filled to the brim of shit idiots? Why don't we do that? And these are in no particular order. These are just some complaints that I saw on Reddit with clips of gameplay that it's outrageous to complain about what happened in the clips, and they don't know. They keep telling on themselves. So here's one. This is esports ready, by the way. Right? Okay, we'll even get the noise because he put music on this one, right? So, the complaint sort of blew my mind. I don't know why this means it isn't esports ready. As you will know, this is footage taken from a demo, and as I'm going to be saying a lot over the course of this part of the stream, the demos don't factor in all of the lag compensation, latency. It's never going to be a true, accurate sort of representation of what you saw in that moment at that time. It shouldn't need to be said, but of course, people keep falling into this trap where they go back and they go, how did I miss that? And they look at the demo and then they go, wow, it's even worse than I thought. And it's like, it's always, demos have always been that way. I don't know. So anyway, this guy, esports ready, by the way, lol. And everyone in the chat, like, demos are not lag compensated, bro. Name a more iconic duo than Reddit is doing a bad play and blaming it on the game. And he goes, are you not focusing on the fact that on my screen he didn't shoot, and on his screen he did shoot, and on the enemy POV he missed 2 feet to the left and still got the kill? People having to explain the basics of how this works. So anyway, that was fine. That one got downvoted. So you go, okay. But that is the genuine caliber of the average CS player. There's this. And again, I haven't made notes on the clips because there's lots of them, so I don't know what we're going to see. Hopefully, I have left the clip out where somebody missed a shot, and what they did is they uploaded it to the CSGO subreddit, and the music they put in the background is just the N-word being shouted repeatedly. Hopefully, I haven't included that clip. We will see. Because, again, that's the caliber of the average CS player. Fantastic. This is definitely one of the moments of all time.
I love purple. Morello. I love purple.
Oh, okay. This is. We'll turn that down. That's needlessly loud. This is just someone being dog shit. This is just terrible.
Morello. I love purple.
Right, here we go.
I love purple.
Watch this, right?
Morello.
Meat's back on the menu. Look. I don't understand how any of this is possible. That, by the way, not Silver MMR. So, pretty wild. Of course, everyone who posts on Reddit, though, they all play at 25k. What's this one? A lot of people complaining about Jiggle peeking in CS2. Most of them don't know what Jiggle peeking is. We can go to Exhibit A on that. Here's this one. Sort of blew me away how bad the clip is. So enjoy this. He put the X-Files music in it. I mean, right? So we'll watch that again. We'll watch that again. Yeah. So just a massive dry peak, the driest of peaks. Just a wide peak. Oh, he did this at the end as well. Excellent. So a wide peak with a nade in your hand. A dry, wide peak. So you can see people are like, that's not a jiggle. You just fully peaked him. If you show them your whole ass, it is not a jiggle. Unless it's in the club. That's not a bad line. What you did was not a jiggle, but a peak. Indeed. You're supposed to show only your shoulder, not fully jiggle out. Peaks with his whole body. How did he hit me? So everyone, again, seemed to be kind of in agreement here about, like, this is this is all your fault, because it is. But this individual posted this absolutely confident that it was CS2 that was the issue. And obviously, I don't know why this has to be said in 2024 when we've been playing video games for all this time. But what they see and what you see is never going to perfectly sync up online. It just isn't. It isn't. Until we get zero latency internet across the globe, then it's never going to be like how it is online. It just isn't. It cannot be. It's science. So obviously, you're not really there on... The shot has already occurred as you're there. And by the way, you did show him your entire body, so obviously he did shoot you. So there was that. There was another one. I want to see if I can find it, actually, because there was another really embarrassing one about Jiggle peeking. Let me just see. Yeah, here it is. This was on the other CS subreddit. I will be taking clips from various ones. But here it is. You can see here. This is what they thought constitutes Jiggle peeking.
Okay, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that indeed? Well, it turns out what the fuck is that is how angles work. That is science. So you peek, you run out like that. What they see and what you see with the wall and the door here is just two very different things. And you can see... people are going to hate me for this, but I feel like right now is the worst time to play CS. Like, there are so many broken things, it just doesn't worth it. It just doesn't worth it, guys. If there's one thing I can say about CS2, it just doesn't worth it right now. So it doesn't worth it, and we all shouldn't fucking play it because this shitter doesn't understand how the angles work, and even though it's been explained in a million basic tutorial videos by now, it just doesn't worth it, guys. And remember, some of these are just going to be players playing shit, not always complaining. Some are just bad. Oh, here we go. Yeah, all right, here we go. I always like this. I like it when they go to the effort to do slow down. This is where, like, the game is fully in your head. It's fully taken hold of your mind. So lots going on there. I don't know what the way too dank noises are for, but we'll watch that clip again. All right. Looks like a whiff to me. I don't know. Let's see what they say. Top comment. What you see is what you get. Apparently, I'll bite. You missed. This sucks. This is legit heartbreaking. So that's just a miss. That's just a miss. So I don't know what else to say about that. It doesn't really need much analysis. This one, I believe, is going to be a hood classic. This is just two absolutely dogshit players running into each other in the game of CS2. Which, by the way, remember, no one's bad who plays this game. They're all really, really high level. They understand the game and all of its complexities. And so a clip like this is everyone's obviously just trolling. You see, they've deployed the WASDA, and when two people enter into the WASDA dance of death, this is what you get. Again, high level, you just stand still and aim, but no, spam that fucking A and D, spam it. Yeah, that's another very high level player. This one's just called ha 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 ha. So why have I put this into my folder? Oh, I remember this one now. Here's another just a terrible play, that we can all enjoy. Remember, only the highest level players in this game.
Watch out, market.
Yeah, yeah, it's just dreadful, isn't it? Absolutely dreadful. Yeah, how? Very good question. But these are the CS2 players. There was this as well. What's this one? Is he cheating or just good? This will be a classic, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this is just somebody. I mean, this is fantastic. Remember, the only people the game is full of cheaters, and everybody who plays this game can spot a cheater because obviously everyone who plays this game is really good. Imagine being so triggered by this game that you make a clip of somebody in a death match and you upload it to a subreddit to ask everyone if somebody who is doing absolutely nothing that even remotely looks like cheating is cheating. This was brilliant. In deathmatch, by the way. Who could give less of a fuck? Right? Look at these super high-powered cheats he's got. Wow, no. Oh, wow. Wow. These cheats are really good, guys. These are the sickest cheats. No, he's definitely cheating. He's got the M249 out. He's definitely not just found he's been owned. So, I think we can all agree, not cheating, not by any stretch of the imagination is he cheating, but by having just a basic understanding of sound cues and pre-aim, which I wouldn't even say that makes you a decent player. That makes you a competent player. This person thought he must be cheating. By the way, this is the average standard of the cheating complaints that we get. Oh, this one just made me laugh. This has got nothing to do with anything that the next approximately 45 minutes are going to be about. But I just had to laugh at this because I've never seen a corpse go for a walk before in a game. Fair enough, guys. This is great. More of this in the game, please, Valve.
Okay, I got him.
What? Like, you can't even be mad about losing to that. That's fine. That's acceptable. Just a corpse having a fucking slide down the stairs. Surfing. See, ragdolls make everything better because they are inherently funny. So if all of Valve's bugs revolved around that, Everyone would say the game was great. Oh, this is great. This is someone... they posted on Reddit going, they said I never hit him. Right? Okay, the game said I never hit him. Okay, well, let's have a look. Okay, that clip again. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you never hit him. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say you never hit him. And someone has to explain about moving inaccuracy and that traces aren't accurate. Just basic things you should know if you play this game. And then look at that. You do realize how accurate the revolver is, right? Even if you're moving, the charge accuracy is insane. Evidently not insane enough to fucking make your shit ass be able to hit someone at point blank fucking range. You dickhead. Like, Jesus. Then also, this is a pet peeve of mine. You'll have seen lots of complaints about shotguns in CS2, right? Here's a prime example of someone that doesn't understand how shotguns work. Let's just do it. All right. We're going to get the old, right, replay. And then this angle, for some reason.
So what you see is what you...
Oh, you've done a funny at the end. So, right, obviously, shotguns in the game, you can find this out for yourself. The shotguns have a spread on them. It's a fixed spread, I believe. Every time you shoot them, you can shoot at a wall and have a look. Because they have pellets. And pellets, in that instance, all of the pellets haven't hit the dude in the head, which you need. They're not slugs, right? They're not slugs. Which I'd love it if there was an option to have slugs in the game, so it was just one concentrated shot that would only work at close up. That would be great, but that isn't what they have in the game. It's like buckshot, and so obviously all of the pellets have to go into the head to kill somebody, and even at point blank range, if your crosshair is slightly off at the time you shoot, and all of the buckshot doesn't go into the head, especially against the helmeted opponent, well, exclusively against the helmeted opponent, they're not going to die. It's really simple. This was heavily upvoted, and you can see people are complaining about the shotguns. It really is just that simple. I love this answer. This is exactly right. Why didn't he die? You did under 100 damage. Totally accurate. Everything you could possibly need to know in a nutshell. Not to mention, it's from behind. We all know it's always been a bit spoopy there. Fine. Fair enough. Please learn how shotguns work, guys, and stop complaining about it. This one is great. This is another demo cell, if memory serves me correct. We deranked because of this, guys. They deranked because of this. It's the saddest of stories. He deranked, guys. Right, you see, he's fallen into the demo trap again. And clearly what happened there was he got a headshot, because you heard the dink go off. He got a headshot through the wall. And obviously that wouldn't kill him, because that's how the game works. That's what it does. So we deranked because of this. Fair play to the top comment. How many times do we have to say that demos aren't lag compensated? You hit them in the head through a wall. You didn't do enough damage, right? I noticed the dink in game. Lol. Right. Great. You shouldn't be surprised that dinking through a stone wall wouldn't kill him unless he was already on really low HP. Judging by the fact that his head was perfectly visible to me in game and that there was no wall in front of me, I don't see how the game sees this as a wall bang. And on, and on, and on we go. But obviously, what you see is what you get. That's just what you have to deal with, unfortunately. I don't even know what this guy was even going for with this one. It was simply called VACnet. Obviously, I click on that instantly. So Oh no, he's deleted it. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, that's a sad one. Basically what it was a video footage of he threw a Molotov and it went off early due to some clipping issue on Overpass. And he seemed to think it was related to VACnet. I don't know. Don't know what his thought process was there. I was hoping to play you the clip so you could explain it to me. But maybe what Valve are doing to defeat cheaters. Lol. They're doing nothing, actually, Richard. But maybe what he thought they were doing was like your Molotovs go off early if you use cheats or something hilarious like that. Maybe. I don't know. Sad. So that's just to show you the average caliber of the people that complain about CS2. You've seen them there. You've seen how they play. You've seen how they think. You've seen how they complain. And unfortunately, that brings me to this, which is a recent comment by AleksiB. Now, you know I like Aleksi. You know I respect Aleksi. I think he's done excellent work in his career and is currently doing excellent work with Na'Vi. But he said this. This was, he was asked to say something about CS2 and CSGO. And so here's the Clipper-Rooney. Don't think we need to make this
one thing I like on both games. I like CS2. I like the smokes. I was actually a bit skeptical at first, but it's always good to be proven wrong, I feel like. I think the dynamic smokes are a really good thing. It introduced a lot of different things in CS that you never knew that could be possible. And for CSGO, I mean, I would recommend anyone who's watching this to download CSGO and just go shoot one bot at a server. It feels so crisp, like you're gonna cry after. Just how responsive the game was. Because I really feel, when you compare both, if you had thousands of hours in CSGO and you now have been playing CS2, you're gonna instantly feel the difference and it's gonna make you a bit sad,
So, yeah, rip CSGO indeed, it's dead. Now, in this comment, you can see, obviously, all the Reddit people, we're going to go over a bunch of things. By the way, if somebody could just real quick, either Jace would be ideal if you're here, if you could just post the link to the patch notes of them fixing what he was complaining about within a week. That would be great, because he was specifically talking there, right, about on your own server shooting a bot, right? That's what he was talking about, which isn't reflective of what you would experience online or what you would experience at LAN. I mean, I've talked to pros about this. At LAN, people say the hit reg on this game is fucking amazing. That's what a lot of pros have told me. Now, online, I would agree it's got some issues, and I'll get to that when I do my review. But the reality is that I think one of the things it has improved is the hit reg. I think the hit reg is actually better online at low latency. I think at high latency it feels fucked up. At low latency, right? Oh, good. Jace is going to give me the release notes there. I see him. I will copy paste that, and then I'll be able to get the actual link for after this hilarious segment. So yeah, you can see here, it's just so crisp. Everything felt so responsive. I still enjoy CS2, but a lot less than CSGO. I hope they get the feel of CSGO back, but it seems like it will be a while till we get that. CSGO was a peak shooter. Can't tell me otherwise. Right? I feel like people just want CSGO with CS2 smokes. By the way, in this thread, it is filled to the brim with morons complaining about subtick. Not one of them could explain what subtick is or how subtick works. Take that to the bank. They don't know. They just blame everything on subtick. It's all subtick, right? What they mean to say is, and many players have gone through this, if you play games that live long enough and they get updates and all of that stuff, it feels different, and I don't like it because I was used to the other. That's it. That's all it means. There's no substantive element to the complaints. It's just, it feels different, and I don't like change, right? So, there it is. It all went wrong the moment they decided on sub-tick 64 tick instead of just 128 tick servers. By the way, you could have sub-tick 128. These things aren't, what's the word? You know the thing. They're not contradictory. Lots of people complaining about that. I played a 10-man Not that long ago. Mutually exclusive, thank you. Can confirm I played a 10-man not too long ago and CSGO still feels way better. I think subtick was a mistake. Unless they can improve it, I suppose. Every match I play, there's multiple instances of either getting a kill where I'm like, how did I get that kill? Or a death where I'm like, how did I die? Yeah, because probably you're a moron who doesn't understand the fundamentals of online shooter play. And let's also not pretend. Let's not pretend that didn't happen in CSGO. Oh, we are going to do that. Oh, okay. The entire subreddit is going to pretend that that's the reality. We're going to pretend there wasn't the term, oh, you got CSGO'd. We're going to pretend that that meme, shots 1 to 3 missed, didn't come from people complaining about the hit registry of CSGO. We're just gonna gloss over that. Not a problem. The general consensus for a long time has been that the Valve official servers can't handle 128 tick. That is not the issue. It is not the cost of service. It is not, as this guy, this nutcase, former community member who went psycho because he didn't like something I said one time, it says, it's not the cost of bandwidth. I've explained this a million times. I'll explain it again. Valve are on record saying, back for CSGO, back for Source even, when we went to the Orange Box engine, that as far as they're concerned, the game is optimized around 64 tick. What they have always done is allow people to fuck with and change the tick rate, and so people preferred 128 tick. They said it felt smoother. As far as Valve were concerned, it was still all of those interactions, the way the smokes worked, the way the flashes worked, the way nades went, the way bullets went, the way the game felt. They are saying that was never their intended experience. 128 tick was never what Valve wanted. And they said some of those interactions that you, the competitive player base, preferred, as far as they're concerned, that was a bug. That was not the intended interaction whatsoever, because the game was optimized around 64 tick, and the way everything operates at 64 tick is the way they conceived of the game. And the things you liked were indeed aberrations. They've said that, right? I've repeated that because people seem to have forgot this fact, and instead they construct this bullshit. Valve have more money than God. Do you really think 128 tick is the issue? Do you really think that's the deal breaker for them financially? When they get every video game in existence that sells on their store, which is nearly all of them, they get like a significant percentage cut off. Like, do you really think they can't afford the servers, guys? When Riot Games can. No, it is a design choice. It has always been a design choice. People need to wake the fuck up about that fact. It's ridiculous. I get 400 FPS and the game feels laggy. I only like the smokes. This guy just repeats AleksiB. Yeah, and he's got an RV flare. They removed bunny hopping. Bunny hopping shouldn't be in the game. Go fuck yourselves, bunny hoppers. Hop cells in shambles. Look at this. Editor and maker of the video here. Glad everyone's been enjoying the reel. Great. You put sad music about a fucking video game. Subtick tech ruined CS2. CS2's a trash game. Why did Valve force us to play CS2? Because you all love your little skins, don't you? You all love your little skins. You are all obsessed about your little cosmetic items and the value of them. And so we couldn't create a separate game like we did for every other franchise because of the skin cells. And now the skin cells don't like the new game. But put the skins in the game, by the way, the game we don't want to play. That's why. Anyway, this is all a love letter to CSGO, the world's most perfect game. Now, as I said, I was there. I watched all of the development of CSGO. CSGO in its first year was a fucking embarrassment to the CS franchise. It was designed around console, for fuck's sake. Even the buy menus. It was a disgrace. I was there. The people complaining about year one CS2 wouldn't have made it through year one CSGO. But it's just, fortunately for Valve and fortunately for the Counter-Strike franchise, the generation of people that were helping develop that game and giving feedback for that game were from a time where we made our own mods and we just fixed our own problems and we came up with our own solutions, made our own plugins, and we just didn't complain about shit. We just fucking went and got on with it because we realized crying about it is fucking pathetic. Now, unfortunately, somewhere around 2016, 2017, the CSGO community just turned into babies, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point now where we're crying so much about CS2, we're pretending CSGO wasn't filled to the brim with problems. So, I want to remind everybody, okay, it was filled to the brim with problems. Let's just start with this, right? You know, if... Oh, and actually, yeah, let's just get this part out the way. Hilariously, off the back of this clip going at the front page of Reddit, because Valve don't care, and they don't listen, and they don't pay attention. The issue that was basically creating the differentiation in crispness was this. They fixed it on September 10th. Practice matches and matches started with the map command will now run in engine loopback mode to match the CSGO offline default. Engine loopback bypasses most network code for the host, resulting in one less tick of latency for the local player. And that's what that deference of the body and the registration was on CS2. Now, essentially, in practice mode, your server with a bot, it should emulate CSGO. Valve fixed that straight away. They went, oh, okay, yeah, if that's what you like. Hasn't been that. We'll come back to this patch note a little bit later when people are doing this fucked up thing now, where everyone used to cry about, well, Valve love Dota more than CS. Yes, correct, they do. Yes, they're entitled to. By the way, they make all the games. They can choose what's their favorite and how they allocate resources to it. Don't like it? Tough shit. Make your own game, I guess. Right? But now they're crying about Deadlock. And you're going to see some of that later. Deadlock's better than CS2 already. Yeah. So this patch note will make an appearance, I believe, a little bit later on in the stream again. But anyway, they did it. They fixed it, right? They made it so it's like CSGO. Now, just to remind everybody about what people used to say about CSGO, if you get a Crowbee cat video, right, your game is bad, right? It's got fundamental technical problems because that's what he makes videos about, right? So CSGO, the most perfect game ever made, how did he come to make a video about it showing shots being missed, aka CSGO, the most crisp, responsive, best FPS game of all time? How did he have clips from LAN where pro players were missing at LAN? Because CSGO's perfect, so I know that can't have happened. So he must have, the video I'm about to show you, it must be fake. Anyway, if you don't follow Crowbee Cat, sometimes he deletes his videos as well. But follow him. Occasionally, he'll just drop an absolute banger where it's like a 3-hour video comparing, Back 4 Blood to Left 4 Dead and why the newer game is shitter than the older game. Gotta love it. Right, anyway. Here we go. This is his...
He's made it a...
Right, this is his video on CSGO. It is entitled, as you can see, let me just pop me off, CSGO Random Critical Miss. Okay, that's what it's called. You can go and... subscribe.
He's made it across, though, and I don't think Otto's going to realize that if Kerrigan decides to check this from above, which I think he will, he could get this gun. There is a player cat, though. Oh, no! He hasn't done it! He's been killed! No, not like this. You really hate to see it. You just hate to see it, man.
Did he just get Mega CSGO, though?
Vince there. So, did he just get Mega CSGO? Now, this is going to be a compilation of the world's most responsive FPS game, the perfect game, the crispest game, the game that never ever had any issues. Remember, most of these clips that you're about to see, they're happening at LAN. These are LAN clips. You saw that. That was at LAN, right? What? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Gonna see some steel in this as well. Welcome back to the world of analysis, Josh. I'll have to get you on the Richard Lewis show. I'll have to start that again. This is vintage steel.
Hitboxes are fixed, guys.
You got it. What the fuck? Han har pushat någonstans ryggen på mig.
This was the clip that led to the shots 1 to 3.
Kerrigan, and it's going to go well.
Because this is the clip that led to the memes, I'll play it again.
Han har pushat någonstans ryggen på mig. Fan också.
Kerrigan, and it's going to go well for him. Device just sees the edge of Jacob, can actually land the shot, but no, what the model? He misses out there, and Jacob seems like he's just...
Oh, was it the Hiko one? Yeah, sorry. That Olaf one did get discussed on Reddit though, and I'm pretty sure someone turned up to explain that he did just miss.
It's got CSGO.
Well.
What? Trying to find a way over here. Pronax has managed to spot it. And what? How is that not a kill? He looks dead on there.
They're up one.
What?
Planning hitboxes, man.
Here we go, Ali. They make it this time. And he's got the train! Oh, the train! He even tries to wallbang the train! He's still
What?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Slovia.
I'm so bad. One savage, 19 HP.
What?
He's literally still there.
I'm leaving.
Backing on through, Kiev getting damage. Quick reload needs to come on through. Headshots missing. Kiev gets the USP. Does he get the defuse? It's close on the wire, and I think he's barely got it.
Oh, you hate to see that.
This game is so stupid.
Man, you hate it.
No nades to be thrown. It's just going to be gunplay. Oh my god, it keeps him safe.
It really does feel like they're reading him like a book. What? Oh no.
That's banter.
CSGO. Planting. Backside.
With the save rifle, if CLG can accomplish a little bit more, Mixwell, just
SMF holds to the bomb. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. What? Are you kidding me? CSGO. CSGO completely.
Better. They weren't even flashing bathrooms before earlier in the tournament. This time, can buy one. Oh, and a missed shot from Olaf.
You flash over boost, and I tell you to.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm so done with this game.
What?
I have front red bomb.
What? B in this game finds our What? How is that missed?
I don't think we've had a tactical one up. Oh, what bloody hell? He looks confused as well.
But still, gets the kill on Keo, a little bit more delay, goes to the pop flash, gonna find. Oh, what? It goes straight through his body.
I don't believe this.
T-Rim.
I go left side goal.
What? Not a single hit.
Fuck this. I'm out.
They're mauling everything.
How is he alive? Oh! Oh! He's on site.
Clearly he's dead.
That's the clip. That's the one. That's the 1 to 3, man.
Literally directly on him. I've shot 12 bullets now directly on him. Okay, nice. It's nice, chat. It's really just nice CSGOing. It's really nice CSGOing right there.
The design is this very satisfying combat experience where almost any weapon in the game can be a one-shot kill.
Did he just get mega CSGO'd though?
I can't say.
So, right. Now, obviously, because some people, when they watch this on YouTube, will go, yeah, but this video's like 4 or 5 years old, Richard. And so, obviously, there was that period where they did have bad hitboxes when you crouched and you couldn't kill people from the back. And they fixed that. And that made CSGO the most perfect game of all time. That one bug. All of those other instances, by the way, it's not like the game was like materially changed. That there was a clip from E-League at LAN where it was happening. Now, the other thing that people like to complain about is that Valve don't care about CS2. Like, actually, things were way better in CSGO. That actually, they cared more about CSGO because CSGO had all the skins in it and all the operations, and they cared about it, and they were developing it, and now they don't care about CS2 because they got Deadlock, and they got Dota, and all they care about is VR and all this, right? So this is the other narrative that you're going to get. So I will now also play you a video that will show you all of those complaints were made about CSGO as well. Right? This is called How Valve Treats CSGO. I'll do the same thing. I'll take me off so you can see. How Valve Treats CSGO by Ricky Reyes, right? You've seen this one. It's a classic. We're going to sit here. We're going to watch it together, right? Look at this. Valve is truly a terrible company. Here we go, right? He's done the same thing I do. Ricky Reyes, hasn't he? He's gone to Reddit to get all the incredible opinions on Reddit, except he's done it unironically, hasn't he? Why Valve is failing at managing CSGO. All right, what else? What do we got? Valve are being way too weird now. Time for Valve to step up for CSGO. Didn't Valve say that they were going to interact more with the community? Never said that, of course. Valve is casually destroying people's careers.
I want to go down the ladder.
Right? And now we're going to see some, again, the crispest, bestest gameplay. And we're going to see lots of other things. I believe we're going to get Club to Death a little bit later on, if I remember the video. Club to Death while money rains from the sky. But let's also see some gameplay.
And for some reason, you can't escape because you get popped up in the air.
I fixed this by ending the ladder below the height of the carriage tops. I half expected players to fall straight off without grabbing on. But no, it works and has fixed the problem.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
There's also a risk anytime we ship new weapons that we're going to destabilize competitive play. That could potentially make our customers so unhappy that they just leave the game and never come back. And that's the worst outcome that we can think of.
Okay, increase the fucking spray.
Now, you're going to see lots of clips of the R8. I, at the time, said the R8, it won a Gonzo Award for being the worst piece of game design that year. It was absolutely unbelievably stupid at launch. I might even have made a video about it on the YouTube channel. Obviously, that'll be a while ago. But what we have to remember, the R8 being the unbelievable, most powerful gun in the game to the point when it wasn't even worth buying anything except the R8. You could just literally, you could one-bang an AWPer from across the map with an R8, no problem. With a chest shot, no problem. It was easy. That lasted like 3 days, if that. Was it like 2 days? So this is sort of absurd. I mean, if you play Dota, which remember, they love Dota more, I'll give you an anecdote here. The R8 would be comparable to Launch Day Monkey King, which if you played Dota or play Dota and you were around when Monkey King was launched, Monkey King was unfucking stoppable, right, on launch day. It was ridiculous. It was a free win. He could trade with anyone at level 1 because of Jingu. His stun did so much damage and gave him lifesteal. His ult absolutely destroyed everybody. If you got to level 6 with him, not to mention the highest mobility of any hero in the game at the time, because he could jump from tree to tree with almost no interruption with a super wide range, so impossible to gank. So Launch Day Monkey King was busted as fuck. Launch Day Monkey King was, I believe, in the game longer than the R8 was in the game for CS. So just putting that out there. And that's not to mention Launch Day Dark Willow was busted as fuck. You know, I mean, Jesus, right? But anyway, let's listen to Club to Death, a classic. Watch some whining about the R8, which lasted about 2 days.
Oh! You get one shot, somebody!
By the way, what's wrong with that? That's a completely valid thing to do. Yes.
The exact quote is that they do not wish to have players being allowed to claim ownership over CSGO items.
Yeah, Correct, because that could be used for all sorts of scamming purposes. You could mislead people, you know, into making out you're an incredible skins trader and scam them with the fake link. Yeah, there's lots of reasons to do that. I mean, look, from a business perspective, I want the scarcity of the skins to encourage you to buy crates. Fact. So, yes, you just being able to have them is ridiculous. So just saying, yeah, exactly. And people used to have private servers you could play on where they would charge you a fee to be allowed to have access to the skins in the game. So you would play on a pub server, and if you wanted to have, you know, a Dragon Lore AWP, you had to pay a fee to them, which they said was for server costs. But of course, all the little gremlins that care about skins, all the skin cells, you know, they fucking obviously, I never get to touch a Dragon Lore. And it's so important, even though it doesn't materially change the game in any way. So that's just a totally fine thing to do.
their skill, and then on the pro level you're just ruining the game. So it's naivete, but it's not excusable, that kind of ignorance.
Then we should have just kept the thing inside and worked on it for 5 years and then unveiled it.
When are you going to release Counter-Strike?
Streamer opinions about the success of video games. Will they ever get it right? I mean, I like Summit, right? Like, he's one of my favorite, you know, streamers. But will their opinion about games ever be right? It's like, yeah, CS is dead. You know, Shroud is saying CS2 is dead. But also remember how Fortnite was going to be killed by Apex Legends, and then both of those games were going to kill every other FPS, and the game he's making is totally better, and Deadlock's going to be the biggest game ever. It's just ridiculous.
And that is before the skins came out. The game was really not very far, really not doing that well in competitive standpoint, and just a mediocre competitive game. And
as of today, at the time of streaming this, CS2 is the most played game on Steam. So just this terrible dog shit game, that's a worse iteration than the one before, and it's dead. I'm gonna die and go back to it.
That's where it's.
That's a good point, Jace. Yes, the Ferrari peak that people used to complain about. Yeah, that happened more on 128 tick, which is, we all know, the only way to play Counter-Strike, guys. It's kind of weird, that, isn't it? But of course, they don't factor that into their criticism. So. Explained to me by the people that make the criticism, how would the game being better have stopped all of you cunts being obsessed with skins, fixing matches, and becoming addicted to gambling? How would that have materially changed just because of the better game? The answer is, of course, it wouldn't. It wouldn't make any difference whatsoever. The sad reality is, if the game was worse, you would still play it to have access to the skins, the money, the fixing, the betting. So it's not linked in any way, shape, or form.
April 12th. I've been spending most of my time with the VR team. We have a bunch of VR systems set up above the secret shop. So if you have a chance, go check it out.
Right, so obviously that's a video about CS2. Oh, no, it's about CSGO. I'll add that most of the complaints in that are just like pathetic whining, the progenitors, if you will, about the things we're going to talk about now about CS2. But I will add that Duncan's point that he made about the lack of communication, that's one that I think myself is fair. I think Valve have done this thing now where, because of what works for them as a company, in this one particular area, they are vehemently sticking to poor communication because they're worried about getting hit with, oh, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. It's just an anachronism in this day and age. Every games developer communicates with its consumers now, either via a community manager, regular blogging, using the Steam news page, you know, whatever it might be, or even public appearances at esports events. That, to me, is where Valve should be, and they're actually doing that with Deadlock. If you're involved in the Deadlock development and you're on the Discord and you're on the forums, they are actually telling you, oh, we're patching this is placeholder, we're going to change this. Yeah, Yoshi's done great work over there, and I think probably a valid criticism, the one valid criticism I would say in that video is that, you know, it probably is time to up your communication levels a little bit. That being said, I can't help but feel it's a bit of a fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? Because what you do is you fucking call them cunts and greedy and remember, it's a tiny, tiny team that is currently developing CS2 in contrast to the rest of Valve. And every day they get up, they do their shit, they put it out there, and you just tell them they're a bunch of greedy money-grabbing cunts, when what they could do is they could move across to the Dota team, or they could move across to the Deadlock team, or they could go to the VR team, or they could just, I don't know, do something new. They would be empowered to do that. It's no wonder that Valve have a preference for other projects, because while the Dota community are, they have been for years the most entitled, childish esports community. Certainly not this year. CS2 wins it hands down. It's not even close. But at least the game has this incredible layer of depth and complexity. It's Gabe's favorite game that they make. So obviously people feel a little bit like, oh, well, we should totally get into that and make it good. You know, it's, yeah, that's a good point as well in the chat. I mean, think about it this way. Valve reached out to Simple after he criticized CS2 to get his feedback, and he said, fuck you, if you don't know what's wrong with the game, then I can't help you. That was his response, and he publicly told everybody that, as if that was like a great thing. It's like, well, okay, if they reach out to you for feedback, and you tell them to go get fucked, you know, how do you think this story ends? Anyway, with that trip down memory lane, so here's what we've established. We've established the average player is dog shit and doesn't understand the game. We've established CSGO wasn't perfect and everybody complained about CSGO. And now, with that, we can enter into the world of the man babies. Now, I've been going into the new thread on Reddit, either side of this AleksiB comment, but not a particularly big span of time. And every time there is a new comment where somebody is crying about CSGO, I have archived it. I have archived it for the record, and I'm now going to present all of those archives, because the whining about this game is pathetic. It is pathetic. And I know everyone's going to be going, oh, Richard, you're shilling for Valve again. You always shill for Valve, even though I'm in print criticizing Valve, criticizing CS2, awarding CS2 the worst game design of 2024. 2023 in my fucking Gonzo Awards, right? You shill for Valve, right? There's a difference between saying your complaints are vacuous and fucking lame and Valve can do no wrong. So we're going to look at some of these. Again, it'll be in no particular order. I've just been copy-pasting them frantically as they've been happening. I'm also going to get captured, not literally captured with a TCHA, although maybe keep criticizing Saudi Arabia, right? But yes, I'm just going to be pulling these out at random, but there might be some gaps in between. Here's one. Will we ever get CSGO back? Please, Valve Sama, will we ever get CSGO back? I just miss it so much. It actually hurts my heart to think about those times that won't ever come back. I just want to play some Rialto or Cobblestone with my bro. It hurts his heart. I miss it so much. Pretty pathetic. You can still play CSGO. It's just not. They're not supporting the service for it anymore because it's an old game, and they're supporting the newer game, you know, the industry standard, right? And it's on you now, and it won't be updated ever again. So you can still play it. There are ways to play it. And obviously you can tell this is like a real high-level player. You know, not someone that's just brainlessly running around. Fucking Rialto. Are we being serious right now? I guess we are. So there was that. What's this? CS2 still not enjoyable? Question mark. I hate these people. You're going to see them a lot on the forums. People who play on old rigs and laptops complaining about the game's optimization. I'm going to say something. I'm going to move back to Big Head in a moment, right, to make this point. And then you can clip it, and you can put it on TikTok or whatever Twitch enables you to do with clips these days. It's a message that needs to be spread far and wide. But let's just start. Why is the FPS still an issue on my laptop? I've got a decent gaming laptop, Ryzen 5 with RTX 3050. It should be able to handle it completely fine, but I can't even get a stable 144 FPS. On some spots, in some maps, it even goes down to 60 FPS with the lowest settings. When are they going to fix this stupid optimization issue? I haven't been able to enjoy CSGO or CS2 for a year at this point. A 3050 is dog shit. Your laptop is dog shit. The further we go into the future, the shitter your laptop will be, because that's how that works. And so with that, let me just explain this point to the community and do this service, okay? I see lots of people complaining about CS2 and how it's poorly optimized, and then someone says, post your setup, and their setup is a 10-year-old laptop or a fucking 10-year-old desktop. They're still running a 1070 fucking graphics card or something in 2024, the year of our fucking Lord, and they are complaining about FPS. Listen, you need to learn this lesson, okay? This is very important. Games are dependent on technology. If you cannot afford the technology, you don't get to play the fucking game. It's not on the developers of the game to think, how can we fucking retcon the fucking tech to make it so your shit rig can play my new game? They don't have to think about that. They're under no obligation to think about that. You're under an obligation to get a fucking job, sir. To get a fucking job and to get money and to acquire things. If it's so important to you, take the money, save it up, buy the newest stuff. Ta-da! FPS! It's a fucking miracle. You bought the tech necessary to play the game at the level you want to play it at. If you can't afford it, you don't get it. Imagine saying to yourself, well, my dog shit car can only do like 40 miles per hour, but I have to drive really far, and if I could go faster, I could get there quicker, but I can't afford a car, so why doesn't the maker of my car just make my car faster? Why don't they come round and make my engine better? They're under no obligation to, you fucking dickhead, are they? You are under the obligation to have the shit you want to enjoy the experience you crave. If you don't have it, you don't get it. That is life. It's no different in fucking video games, you poor cunt. Right, there we go. It's out my system now. Oh, look, he's a working class guy attacking the poor now. Bro, I ain't got a lot of fucking scratch. I update my computer because it matters to me. Just fucking do it. Jesus Christ, the whining about it. Anyway. If you're playing on a laptop, you're going to have a 10-year-old laptop, you are going to have a bad time. It's just how it works. It's just how it is. Now, look, we can segue into this one, which has, like, nothing really to do with anything, but it's just stupid, and it's a stupid grounds for complaint. We have 10 times more players and 10 times less views. And what's he talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's talking about YouTubers, okay? The good old days. Remember the good old days where we had, like, loads of views on YouTube, but we had less players? All right, let's go in there. For example, Waral used to get millions of views in 2014, back when the game had literally 50,000 players, compared to now 1 million. These numbers are breaking my brain. And now he gains about 200k views. It's not only him, many other YouTubers too, and Counter-Strike content in general doesn't gain that many views compared to the huge player base it has. Can someone explain? And then people try to explain, and you can see it's because over time the average MG1 became better than Warow. That's not the answer, wrong answer. Servers are full of bots farming cases. That's not the answer, right? I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to explain to you the answer, because you're not talking about the game and you're not talking about player numbers. We are talking about the YouTube algorithm. What's that got to do with this fucking game, you prat? Right? So let me tell you, because I know what happened. YouTube changed the fucking algorithm. If you look at the average content creator now, you look at their number of subs and you look at their average views on their videos, and typically it's about 1 to 10. And sometimes, if they're really popular, like 1 to 5. If their videos go viral, often they will go over their sub count. Why? Because the video went fucking viral. That's happened to every YouTuber. You would know about it if you made YouTube videos. It's got nothing to do with bots, nothing to do with any of this shit you're talking about, and everything to do about YouTube. Morons. Why aren't more people looking at the videos? Is it because CS2 bad? I'm getting 100 less FPS in CS2 than any other game. Another rant's gonna come here, okay? Because it's very hard to believe somebody would post this particular complaint. But let's just... fuck me, you morons. I have all of my settings on medium in Valorant, and hitting 260 consistently. Meanwhile, only hitting 130 in CS2 and dropping to 110 every few seconds. Is this something within my control, or do I just have to deal with it? Well, see previous rant about how it's very much in your control. You get a job, you accumulate money, and then you choose to spend that money on goods and services you desire. You spend that money that you have accumulated on, I don't know, maybe an upgrade. However, on my computer, and this isn't great by any means, because guess what? My rig now has like some 3-year-old tech in it, so I'm probably going to update soon myself. That, by the way, 3 to 5 years, 5 at the outside, the very far outside. I generally update all of my shit every 3 years or so, unless, you know, you get a new graphics card or whatever it might be. Anyway, that's how I do it. Anyway, right? I get like 400 FPS, you know, dropping down to like 300, sometimes 280, depending on the map and the situation and what's going on in CS2. I tried to play Red Dead Redemption 2 in scaled up 4K. And I only got 60 FPS. What's up with that, Rockstar? What's up with that? Could it be that it's a different fucking game? It is a different game with different tech fucking requirements. You fucking cretin. It's a different game. CS2 is a different game of Valorant. Why are you posting about why does CS2 get different FPS to Valorant? It can't be real. It can't be real. But it is real. This great fucking mystery. Jesus. When did the player base turn into this? When? This, another one. They have to improve the 1% lows, because this is ridiculous. Why do I have to get a 7800X3D to get consistently good FPS? It is a competitive shooter. Get this. Be prepared for the next few lines, okay? Everyone should get equal footing in the game. You cannot expect people to spend thousands of dollars because you failed to optimize the game properly. I have to throw away my current CPU and motherboard, so it all adds up. Also, it don't even look that good. It's the same old Counter-Strike. Again, let's just do side-by-side comparisons of CS2, CSGO, CS Source, Condition 0, 1.6, 1.5, 1.3. Let's do that. Let's all have a look at them and see if it's the same old CS, yeah? Work on fixing the FPS, and if you are working, then give us assurance that it's in progress before we buy a supercomputer to play your poorly optimized game on the horrendous sub-tick servers. Like... not even in the biggest fucking communist wet dream Does everyone get a fucking supercomputer so you can play shooty, bang, bang video games with the same FPS online? Where does it ever say that? When has it ever been online video games, matchmaking, it has to be a level playing field? Like what? So I make more money and I have a better computer and you make less money and you have a shitter computer, so I get more FPS. I should be bottlenecked for you. That's your thought process. That isn't what PC gaming is about. We're PC gamers. We're not console scrubs. You want equality? Buy a PS5 and play no fucking games against nobody online. Fucking insane. This person wrote an essay, what CS2 needs to do to surpass CSGO. Now, you might think this is helpful feedback. I detest these threads because when you sit down to write a thread like this, it presupposes that you are smarter than Valve, know more about games development than Valve. So much so, even though you don't work in that industry, it's never occurred to you to apply that incredible wealth of fucking knowledge to your own projects, right? So here it is. Hey, I wanted to put out my thoughts about how could CS2 potentially surpass CSGO in regards to gameplay experience and accessibility, while also trying not to wander off to ideas that could most likely not align with what the developers want for the game. If you think I've missed something that could make the game better, let me know in the comments. Yeah, let's do it by fucking, the wisdom of crowds. That works. Make new shooting sounds. D, subtick, jump, nerf, Galil, buff, FAMAS, reduce, spawn protection, in deathmatch. Yeah, these are all fixing the game. These just aren't your personal preferences and peccadillos. All of this will definitely push CS2 beyond CSGO. Reintroduce maps, re-add character factions, reintroduce danger zone mode no one played, re-add clan tags. Yeah, these are all brilliant. What fucking incredible, what incredible innovations. Re-add, minor game balance change. This is it, brilliant. Takes us to a new fucking generation of fucking gameplay. What a waste of everyone's fucking time. You should have showed Valve. This one's a banger. My second home is gone. Yeah, look, we've all had to scale down due to Bidenomics. Oh, wait, you mean the video game? I have been playing this game since 2014. I was 13 then. I used to get laughed at in school for being socially awkward. Got shit average marks in academics. I had nothing going on for me. I used to load up CSGO at 12 AM when everyone was at sleep. Play till 3 AM every night. Getting better at this game's mechanics was the only tiny bit of happiness I had throughout my teenage years. It gave me confidence to actually communicate with people and put my thoughts together. Yep, them 3 hours every night on CSGO. Dealing with fucking drunk Russians and fucking 2 people from the Balkans threatening to kill each other. Yeah, wicked. Really helped me learn my fucking, skills as well. It helped me through the difficult times. Bliat! Suka! Yeah, that helped me. This game might be something many of y'all play during you past time and not emotionally attached to it, but it was the symbol of hope for me when everything was going absolutely dog shit. Now with this overpowering Beaker's advantage, butchering bee hopping, horrible the way spray control feels, and the absolutely weird delay in hit reg when you shoot someone. This is not the game which I enjoyed playing. Right. So ultimately, what he's saying is that he got through all of this terrible teenage trauma by playing CSGO. Fuck it. It's valid, whatever, have it, you can keep that one. But now because CS2 is different and he's no longer a teenager, and is indeed a grown man, it now feels bad and it's bringing all the trauma back. I don't know, I'm just be real with you, blood. Therapy time. It's therapy time. There it is, therapy time. The T isn't for time out, it's for therapy. It's therapy time. You're an adult now, and you're getting traumatized because a video game doesn't feel the same as a video game from 2014 in 2024. It's been 10 years. You're a grown man. It's therapy time. It is therapy time. Anyway, let's just read on. It's not that deep for the average person who live a normal life. But for me, I had 10k plus hours playing this game. That was my only escape. Now, the maps are gone. The movement is gone. The feel is gone. Of course, I'm not happy. Imagine playing soccer football your entire childhood, and now the game's just not there. That is not an accurate and fair comparison, is it, dickhead? Because down the years, things have changed in football. Do you think the players from like the 50s, right, who were then playing in the 70s, when we got like different balls, they weren't made out of that heavy stitched leather, they used to soak up water, so when you kicked them, you used to break your toe, because it was like kicking a rock. Or what about when the Jabalani was fucking introduced? Yeah? That fly away like one of them balls you take down the beach, and all of a sudden people could just do ridiculous free kicks, and goalkeepers' lives were a fucking misery. I didn't see them on the forums going, my second home has gone. I used to wake up at midnight and play in goal for 3 hours every night to get me through my difficult childhood years. But now the Jabalani is here. I don't know which way the ball's going to curve. I've lost my gloves, I've lost my posts, and most of all, I have lost my team. No one was doing that! Were they? Because it's pathetic. You just play the game, you just get on with it. It's changed, it changes, games change all the time, sports change all the time. You just get on with it. I blame AleksiB for this. This is Alexi's fault. Here we go, the patch note, right? This was CS2 patch note versus Deadlock notes. And again, it was that patch note from earlier, which just had one thing in it, I believe. Let me just see if I can get the actual image. Right, yes, here it is. This is what they posted in their genius ways, right? This is what it was, right? Oh, Deadlock bigger than this, right? Do you think it would be possible for me to find Deadlock fucking patch notes, right, that are actually shorter than CS2 patch notes from the start of the game? Do you think I could do that? I know I could do that. It's almost like sometimes you just do one little thing and you do one little fix, right? But this is what they're complaining about now, right? Not to mention, Deadlock is in alpha. CS2 is on release. It's ridiculous. Don't tell me Maui tweeted this. You didn't tweet this, Maui, did you? Please. Don't. Because this is really dumb. He was engagement baiting. Had to be. You're lying. You're lying, Irish Dub 420. You are a liar, sir. My sweet... No, he wouldn't. Maui would never. Not smart, intelligent Maui. Don't believe you. Just another lie. Another lie! Surrounded by liars everywhere. Anyway, this is a really dumb comparison. And anyone who makes this comparison in earnest is really dumb as well. For reasons that are so obvious, they don't really need to be stated or screamed about at any length. Let's continue. There you go. This was another good one. Deadlock, a game in practically in alpha and beta, has more player punishment systems in place than CS2. I'm a pretty ardent Valve fan, but I prayed we would get better systems for player behavior, but an unreleased game has these systems before CS2. Now, this is what they call a fucking lie. The systems in Deadlock are pretty much what they have in Dota for the Overwatch system, which is it's mainly reliant on player reports. In fact, this guy complaining probably doesn't know anything about Deadlock. I find it hard to believe he does, because if you look at what they had to come out and say just recently, in fact, just this morning, got a PC Gamer? Valve developer has to keep reminding players that Deadlock's anti-cheat system is coming and is a very high priority since it's leaning mostly on player reports right now. Oh, you mean to say that CS2 has the more advanced because the anti-cheat system is actually implemented. Cue people going, VAC doesn't work, it's not even turned on, doesn't even ban people. Hey, I just got banned for suspicious play. Why is that happening? Fix this. So if I was to give a guess, and remember, even though I've been playing Deadlock on and off and whatnot, like by the way, hundreds of thousands of people are playing this now. It's not like exclusive by any stretch of the imagination. Ever since they lifted the vibes embargo, I'll do a whole video about that later, now that we can talk about the game and look at the game. But anyway, if I would wager, there's going to be some cross-pollination, because they borrowed the Dota report system by the looks of it on the surface, and yes, there are some suspicious players already in Deadlock, you'll be pleased to know. But I also imagine that where they're developing in the anti-cheat system that they're going to put in a Deadlock, there'll be some elements of that will be transferable to CS2, and that'll be a good thing. But no, why new game have things older game no have? Valve took my home away. It's CSGO returning? Question mark? The dumbest question anybody could ask. First of all, as we've established, it hasn't actually gone anywhere. Second of all, it presupposes that Valve would simply just press a button, delete CS2, and go, lol, just trolling. We're not going to fix it. Let's go back to that old game that you like. Since CS2 is still a shit show with nothing resembling the crispness of CSGO. By the way, directly quoting AleksiB, this is your fault, Alexi. Fuck you, AleksiB, for encouraging these cretins. Nothing resembling the crispness of CSGO. Does anyone know whether they will bring it back? Or at least attempt to create a solution. The solution is developing the game, you fucking idiot. You idiot. The solution is the ongoing development of the game. The game in 3 years will not look like the game you are playing now. That is the solution, right? What's this? Anyone else miss these? They really brought soul into this game. Now we just have the most random looking operators mixed together. Or clones. And of course they're talking about the models, right? Look, there we go.
Where's home?
Look at the music. The music kills me here. Like, guys, I am begging you to just accept it's a video game. I am begging you. I'm begging you. I am begging you to just accept it's a video game. It's not your home. It's not your life. I have worked around this game for 20 years, and I don't even feel this way. If CS went away tomorrow, I'd be fine. I'd just fucking do something else. It's not home. Home.
Where's home?
Home. A place where I can go. Take this off my shoe.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick. I'm crying in the club because the skins are different. The agent skins. I just have to fuck it. It's too much, man. Like, really is ridiculous. Anyway, on we go. We're just powering through these. We're like halfway through. I have underestimated how long this segment of the stream would take. What do you think, guys? Okay, this will be good. Will this company ever be able to fix this cheating problem in our lifetime? $1 billion company against solo group cheat designers. Personally, I don't think they will ever be able to fix it. So why don't you sell cheats too? Right, this is a bit of an extreme example. I'm going to do a Destiny here. Destiny will often, when he makes comparisons, go to the most ridiculous extreme example, right? And it's not necessarily great rhetoric, but I'm going to do it. What do you think, guys? Will this global government ever be able to stop terrorism? They are $1 billion government against guerrilla soldiers with no money. Personally, I don't think they will ever be able to fix it. Exactly, you can't. Think about what you're saying. The money's not the bottleneck. It's not the bottleneck. It's not the bottleneck. All the money in the world, all the technology in the world, all the surveillance in the world, and yet bad things still happen. Why is that? Because no matter how much money you have, no matter how many resources you have, you cannot be everywhere all at once. You cannot know everything all at once. That you cannot be omniscient and omnipresent. It doesn't work that fucking way. It will never work that way. So here's the thing. I create a working anti-cheat that's going to detect everything that's in existence right now. And then some fucking loser comes along and goes, well, but if I recombobulate the code and I change this and put this to a hexadecimal, well, actually, now it's undetectable. I will sell this for a lot of money. Please come and buy my cheat. And then you buy the cheat, and everyone's going, why can't you fix the cheating? Well, they didn't know that dickhead existed. They didn't know if you did the hexadecimal and turned it upside down, now it's undetectable. They didn't know that then, and now they know, and so you have to wait. People buy it, people start fucking overbuying it, people using it, people complain, people start recognizing it, right? And then what they do is, Valve go, well, now we will now detect all upside down hexadecimal cheats. Bosh. That isn't even a thing, by the way. I'm just using words for the bit. And they click on it, and then everyone gets banned. And then clout goblins on Twitter go, look, line go up. Have Valve turned back on? Lol, line go up. And everyone goes, I don't believe it. And then another loser comes along, and they go, yeah, but actually, if you just turn that upside down hexadecimal, you can actually just turn it 5 degrees to the left. And now it's not detectable again. Oh, the cheating problem's out of control again, guys. It would presuppose Valve knowing everything all of the time. If you play an online game and you ever think an online game is going to be 100% cheat-free, you are fucked. You are never going to have that experience. It isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It cannot happen. It's impossible because that guy, he's out there. He's always out there. He will always exist. It's fun for them, you see. It's fun for them, and they can make money off it. And it doesn't matter how many times you sue them, or how many times they go to prison, or how many times the CIA comes along and employs them. It doesn't matter. There's another one, and another one, and another one, and it is impossible to be ahead of it all. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. They aren't like regular workers. They don't have hours. All they have is the fucking... That's it. That's it. That's all they have. It's their entire fucking lives. They cannot be defeated. Not in the sense you mean. You think defeat is they will never exist ever again, and you will never see a cheat or a spin butter or ever get a dubious headshot ever again in your online shooty bang bang game. That will always happen. That will always happen. If you cannot get on board with that reality, just don't play online games. They are not for you. All the money in the world won't stop it. Petition to bring CSGO back. We can probably agree that CS2 is dog shit when it comes to certain things, like dying behind walls, jumps being inconsistent, etc. Why not start a petition to bring it back? Or at least voice our opinion to Valve that we don't like what they've done with Counter-Strike. I'll get into this in a second. Take, for example, the TF2 community. They recently delivered a book of 300,000 players signing their name to fix TF2. Right? So, this story did the rounds. Let me just show you this. And obviously, this set off a lot of what we're going into now. TF2 players, which, by the way, we can go back and forth on this. TF2 players have been complaining about the game for a long, long time. Now, as somebody that used to cover TF2, I used to play TF2, actually competitively. I went to LANs and things. I remember when TF2 first came out, and we started covering it on Cadred, and I remember there was this weird contest they were having with CS at the time, like the community, and so they really, first of all, they didn't like that a CS website was covering TF2. They were all like vanilla TF2 was their home website. They're the community that a really famous pro player who I won't name because it's like super ancient history. He said in an interview that if he ever saw me at a LAN, which by the way he would see me at a LAN because I was at all of the LANs, he would punch me and he would do it for all of the TF2 community. They're the community that complained to Wikipedia and said I wasn't a real journalist, and I'll explain why in a moment. And they got my very first Wikipedia entry taken down. They mass reported it and got it removed because I wasn't a real journalist. Why wasn't I a real journalist? Because I pointed out there was one I series where they had more teams than CS, and they all went mental. They went crazy, going, look, our game's bigger than your game. We should get more support from Valve. Actually, fuck Counter-Strike. Look at us. Look at us. Because, you know, communities have always been fucking retarded since day one. And anyway, then the next I-Series, they had fuck all teams. Right, they had like 6. And so they went from like 128 to like 6 teams, you know. And I said, well, you know, that's the problem, isn't it? Because, like, sustainability is what a community's really about. We will always get 128, 156, you know, whatever it was, sign-ups every I-Series. Because Counter-Strike is the bigger game. And that community all turned around and went, but it's winter, it's a winterland. People don't want to camp in the winter. Because you had to take tents to I-Series, you know, because that's how it was. So, no, it's not the same. You're bad. You hate TF2. Fuck, I'm running a website that covers TF2. I play TF2. You hate it! And so there you go. That's what I had to deal with. So anyway, I go back and forth on this. I think the state of TF2 was completely unacceptable. Bots farming achievements and farming hats is bad. There was so many of them. If you even go on a casual public server, it's really hard to, well, it's not hard to gauge based on the way they behave, but you don't really know how many players at a glance are real and how many are bots. They had a huge bot problem. Valve did address that, but I'm told it's gone back the other way. The other issue it had, obviously, was that, you know, just lack of content. They did do an update not that long ago, but it was community-based content that Valve integrated into the game officially. So I get it. When you love a game, and TF2 was a great fucking game, beautifully designed, superior to Overwatch in every way, incredible, superior to Deadlock, honestly, as things stand, but I am making a apples to oranges comparison because, obviously, Deadlock is an alpha at the moment. But I'm only talking about from a design perspective and the characters and all that. Anyway, I'll add that I think there has to be a cut-off point where you don't want to support a game anymore. And Valve are under no obligation to support a game that was released in like 2007 or 2008 or whatever it was. You know, it's 2024, guys. So it's great that you love it, and it's great that it's your favorite game, and it's great that you care. But it's like, they're under no obligation to add new content to the game. It just doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. No games developer is beholden to a game forever. And so I think a lot of the complaining by TF2 is kind of ridiculous. But as I said, here's what they did. They got together, they complained, and this is what we ended up with. Right, so this is what they were boasting about. And as you'll know, that is the famous Valve in the lobby of the Valve offices when you go to the Valve offices. So what they actually did was they got 340,000 people to sign a petition. They put the petition into a hardbound book and then dropped it in Valve's offices. So the good news is, right, TF2's fixed now and Valve have publicly committed to update it and support it forever, yeah? No, it did fuck all. It's a waste of everyone's fucking time. By the way, point to me one serious thing in history ever where a petition has done anything. For what a fucking fucking fillet jerk off this is. Like, what a fucking, you know, this is about just you feeling important for 5 seconds. Doesn't materially fucking fix anything at all. Like, at all. So, just garbage. But anyway, that's obviously set off this. Why don't we do what TF2? Yeah, let's do it. Let's be fucking. Let's let Valve deal with every community for every game they've ever made being a bunch of fucking morons. Let's definitely do that, guys. They'll feel really good about that. That'll help. They posted this, a subtick behavior online appreciation thread, right? And it's a clip. It's this clip from a competitive game. Yep. Well, right, here it is.
They're going to do it. They have the money, Okale, after a couple of rounds on the CT side to actually take a lot of damage and still follow up with a full buy. Did it go through the... I missed that. Did it go through
it was just a headshot a range. That is not a one-shot range.
Hugo, how's your bird call? We've got someone watching from Katoomba.
Got nothing for you, mate.
Letting you know that Australians say maths, and he would like a bird call.
Right. So that's just how the Deagle works, right? At long range, it doesn't kill you. Even with a headshot. It's always been like that. People do not understand the game. People do not understand the fucking way the game works. And yet they could... Subtick, it's subtick! It's subtick, Richard! Look at the subtick! Do you even play the fucking game? Ridiculous. Right. Let's get back to the man babies. What's this one? Oh, this is another video. Sad how much better a 2016 build of CSGO feels compared to CS2. Now remember, we did at the start of this segment where I said it was going to be 45 minutes and it's really been 2 hours. But remember when we watched how bad 2016 CSGO actually was? Well, let's look at this video. The video evidence of that this person has posted. Let's see. Let's see how good it is. We'll go big screen. Looked like he took damage around the corner there, mate. Be careful. All right. You want to know what's interesting about this clip? The guy that just got killed there by the scout who sprayed an AK into him is saying this game feels like ass. This is what I mean. It's like people have never been able to just intellectualize you and them, and it's different, right? No one's ever been able to fucking put that together in their brains. Like, not one CS player ever. Generous hitbox there. Right, so obviously what this guy was really doing was, look at me with a scout, I hit the headshots. Totally do all of this in CS2. Totally. As I said, I think the one thing it's definitely got better is the fucking headshots. Crisp as fuck. You know when you've hit one. And when you hit one, it feels good. I'd say better than CSGO personally, but whatever. But yeah, you can do all of this in CS2. It's still possible. Don't know why we have to pretend it isn't, but okay, AleksiB said so fine. AleksiB said that it's like this when you have your own bots, so everyone's got to pretend, I guess. Got another video here. This was posted to Reddit with the title, CS2 subtick, guess which shot should have hit challenge, and then in parentheses, hard. Let's see what he's complaining about here. Again, let's get the audio on, assuming there is some. So I don't really know what he's complaining about here. It looked in the first he moved a bit as he shot, and in the second that's the benefit of subtick, that you pressed it at the right time. In non-subtick, he would have carried on walking as if you hadn't pressed at that moment. In subtick, even though the animation looks off, it registers the hit shot. I'd rather have the hit reg be right and the animations be slightly wonky than the hit reg be slightly wonky and the animations look good. I don't know. I don't know what we're going for here, guys. And by the way, eventually, it'll all be in sync. So, I don't know. But okay. Subtick bad, I guess. Oh yeah, bot case farming is back. This was a video of a bot on a server. This person says that it's out of control because he detected 2 accounts that are doing it. Yes, my friend, it's always been that way. Yeah, that never changed. It's never gonna change. They're still farming gold in fucking WoW. It's not gonna go anywhere. And you discovering 2 accounts and reporting them a drop in a bucket. You see, there's these countries that where people don't make a lot of money that will do that for pennies because that's a lot to them and a good use of their time. It's not something that can be beaten until we get to utopia. This is great. This is a based schizo post, which I can appreciate. Do you think Valve has implemented gameplay manipulation like Activision's patent in CS2? Now, for those who don't know, this was that there was a patent from Activision, or as they say in America, a patent that was revealed that basically they do certain things like if you don't have skins, you will queue into someone who's got really nice skins. So if you see them and see the guy using them, you might be tempted to buy them. They've also, manipulated, like if you're losing a lot, they'll queue you with someone who you really shouldn't play because they're so unbelievably shitter than you, but it's to give you the free win so you feel like you're getting better and you come back to the game. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is something they've patented. We don't know to what degree they implement it, but it's very strange, and I won't go down a rabbit hole of talking about how like the Call of Duty community are fucking stupid because they don't like skill-based matchmaking for some reason. Well, it's like, oh, skill-based matchmaking sucks. I don't want to have to actually like try to be good. I'm like, what? That's like every game is skill-based matchmaking. Why should you be any different? But whatever. They're just complaining about the sweaties, and you're not getting rid of the sweaties in online games in any game, nor should you. The sweaties are sweating, and they're sweating to get good, so let them own you. The future is that of the sweaties. Streamers not being able to pub stomp, who gives a fuck? Anyway, this guy has got so fucked at the game, he thinks there's manipulative techniques going on, which is great. He'll be posting on VaxSucks in a not too distant. Anyway, hey everyone, I recently came across disturbing news about a patent filed by Activision that could negatively impact the gameplay experience of skilled players in multiplayer titles. By the way, regularly came across, this was like reported everywhere, it's just public knowledge. You can also see the public filings for these patents, they're all out there. The patent reportedly includes things like reducing aim assist and lowering damage output for players who are performing too well. It's a system designed to artificially level the playing field by directly interfering with the player's experience. This got me thinking. That was your first mistake, mate. You can't do that, but you have. And it's led you to this. This got me thinking. Could Valve be doing something similar in Counter-Strike 2? We've all experienced those moments in CS2 where things just don't add up. Shots that should hit miss, or it feels like your damage output isn't matching your aim. It's easy to chalk this up to lag or bad luck, but after hearing about Activision's patent, I can't help but wonder if something more deliberate might be at play. What if Valve is using the netcode to subtly tweak your gameplay without you realizing it? Given how complex netcode can be, it would be easy to hide things like dynamic accuracy adjustment or hidden damage scaling. Plus, with the VACnet system already analyzing gameplay data in real time, it wouldn't be a stretch to think it could also be used to balance matches by adjusting mechanics for certain players. It would actually be a huge fucking stretch, because VACnet is an anti-cheat system. But okay, let's go on. I'm not saying this is definitely happening. I love it when schizos say that. That's like my favourite schizo phrase, actually. I'm not saying it's definitely happening. It's not happening at all, you mad cunt, right? So it's just the way you're not saying it's definitely happening, but it's the way that it's like they're offering you the olive branch by saying it's not definitely. It's like, I'm not saying this could be happening, would be definitely. All right? I'm not saying this is definitely happening, but, and now I have to say it, the idea, that's not real one because I'm reading, okay? That Joe Biden wrote this post, but the idea isn't that far-fetched given what we're seeing in the industry. Plus, Valve has been pretty secretive about the intricacies of CS2's matchmaking and gameplay mechanics. Would love to hear what you all think. Has anyone else felt like their gameplay is being tampered with? Or do you think Valve would never go down this route? Let's discuss. Let's not discuss. It's just your shit. There you go. I've solved the mystery. You're shit, and you're so shit, like a lot of people who are shit at video games, because they attach their self-esteem to how good they are at it. It's broke your brain. And because it's broke your brain, you now believe in an insane conspiracy theory, because rather than just accept your shit, you have to believe Valve are somehow manipulating the game to make it look like your shit. As if you're that important and not just shit. Spoiler, you're shit. Mystery solved. I've cracked the fucking case. This person posted this. Okay? And you know I love it when the mods delete these, as they should. Heroic versus Fnatic. Kizan cheating. He means Kixon. And this was the clip that he posted. And I want you to just remember, they walk among us. These are the people that are complaining about the game, about Subtick, about everything. Let's see the cheating clip.
Not done yet. Shush doesn't get the catch. That was the moment. Kixan is so low on HP. There's HG grenades on both of these CT players. I don't see it happening. It needs to be a pair of tremendous headshots, and it's not. Now
this went over to the fine minds at Vax Sucks, and it was discussed. And they were going, well, it's a clear aim lock. It's a clear aim lock. And so what we can do is we can slow it down. We can slow it to shut it down, and we can watch it let's watch it in. Let's go full low speed. So it does mean you get the funny voice, right? But I'll go big screen as well, right?
Doesn't get the catch.
Right, get ready for it. Okay, did you see it? That was the cheat. Right? That was the cheat kicking in. Let's have a look what the cheat does. Because generally what cheats are supposed to do is to give you some sort of advantage. That's generally the purpose. So let's just have a look again. This is as slow as I can make it.
Doesn't get the catch. That was the moment.
Now, can anyone explain to me why the aim lock wouldn't lock onto... Because at no point does it do that. Like watch. Okay? Like, at no point did it lock onto him. Like, what he's done there, guys, is he doesn't know where the other guy is, so he's expecting to be pushed. So he's pre-aimed and pre-sprayed a common spot where he might have been hiding. Now, one of the worst things that ever happened to Counter-Strike was X-Ray, because it made all these fucking morons believe that every time a crosshair touches an outline, it's a cheat, because you don't understand. It's just a coincidence. Your brain can't process coincidences for some reason. I don't know why. I can do it. Coincidences happen all the time. It's a fucking infinite possibilities. You don't think something's going to line up and look a bit strange? No, certainly not. But anyway, so this is what we get. So even though this doesn't at any point lock onto the model you can see through the wall, you see a model, you see a crosshair going very close to that model, your brain tells you it must be... I mean, look at it. It's fucking miles off. It is miles off. Like, you would get a refund on this shit immediately. Like, you would be on the phone to the cheat coder. You'll be on the phone to the cheat coder immediately. Like, yo, bro, you know when you said, like, lock? Why doesn't it lock onto them? Like, who are you? Valve. What you lock is what you get. I'm fucking miles off, mate. I'm miles off, you fucking dickhead. I want a fucking refund. They've all got better cheats than me. Anyway, these are the people that walk among us and think they get to have valid opinions about the state of Counter-Strike, the video game. Right, I think we're coming to the end. Let's see, though. Are we? What's this one? Oh, yeah, it's a good segue by accident. I'll apologise. I thought you were all exaggerating the cheating situation. I've not played any CS2 since it dropped. Oh, okay, right. No CS at all, really, for the last 2 years. Interesting. I have, however, played plenty of other competitive games, such as Tarkov and Rust. So when I hear people say there's so many cheaters, I usually brush it off as an over-exaggeration. However, now getting back into CS2 and playing Premier, I will apologise to you all. I cannot escape blatant run and jump scout headshot machines. I'm just trying to play the game and have fun. But it seems like every match, someone is either cheating, off, rip, or rage toggles when they start losing too badly. Hell, earlier this week, I loaded into Dust 2, recognised the cheater on my team, informed my teammates so we could kick him, only for another separate guy to say he was cheating also, so he wouldn't vote yes. Then, because we had 2 cheaters, someone on the other team rage toggled as well. Well, dear fucking diary, mate. So 30% of the lobby not queued with one another were cheating. This shit is cooked. For real, for real, for real. Couple of things that really happened here. First of all, he's probably only just got CS2 by reading between the lines. He's probably not got a fucking, Premier. He probably doesn't have a high trust level, right? So yeah, he probably does run into more cheaters than the average account. Also, he's probably shit at the game because he hasn't played for 2 years. Because Tarkov and Rust, guess what? It's not transferable to CS, bizarrely. He's just a free-to-play bum. There you go. Free-to-play bum. Bumps into more free-to-play bum cheaters. That's the system working as intended. Shut the fuck up. This was just weird. Somebody used ChatGPT to come up with an idea of how to fix CS2. He asked ChatGPT on how to optimize the CS2 render pipeline, right? And then he posted what ChatGPT said. And somebody in the chat said, ChatGPT, why not? It's not perfect, but if there is something that could be done, it indicates. So he asked an AI how to fix. Oh, fuck me, man. Like, I've cracked it. Why doesn't Valve just buy ChatGPT? Right? Hear me out. Why doesn't Valve just buy ChatGPT and then they make ChatGPT the head developer of CS2? And right, hold on. Let me cook. So every time I, a developer on the CS2 team, need to know what I do next, I go, hello, Mr. ChatGPT. I am confused about what to do next. Can you tell me the answer? And ChatGPT, because we all know ChatGPT is Dr. Manhattan, right? It just, with its massive Yakubian brain. Nerf the Galil, buff the FAMAS. And that's it. I will get right on it, Mr. ChatGPT, sir. Bring back Danger Zone. Just like the navigators in Doom. Soaked in spice. ChatGPT. Gabe, when will you hire ChatGPT? Petition. Let's get a petition on Reddit right now. Petition to hire GPT. That's what they're calling around the office. Jat. That's his friendly name. To make him blend in, be a bit more human. Chad GPT. Chad Birchill GPT to be in charge of the development of CS2. If we get 300,000 signatures. We all know the law. Valve will have to do it then. If you put it in a book, they're legally obliged. So let's do it. I'll tell you what, Jace. You're talking about I have no mouth and I must scream. This is I have no brain and I must post. Like, I don't know. This whole thing is just fucking insane. It's just too much, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. Right, anyway, we're almost there, guys. The pain is almost over. By the way, this is like a 2-week period, all of this. This isn't like, oh, Richard, are these the worst posts of the year? No. CSGO feels like paradise. I've downloaded the game and the fucking smoothness is making my eyes tearing. Shooting a bot feels so fucking responsive, even in 64 ticks. AleksiB did this. AleksiB did all of this. There's Fun Philosopher, everyone's favourite. 64 tick is smooth because you are playing on a local server, your own computer, against bots. Lol. The same doesn't feel the same in CS2 because the CS2 local server doesn't work like CS 1.6 Source or Go. Why? It's the blind leading the blind. Can't handle it. Paradise. I want to go back to paradise. CSGO paradise. It's heaven, you see. For it is paradise. This is somebody asking why. Okay, get this. Spot the newbie. Why don't something similar to this why we don't? Sorry, it's hard. I'm trying to preempt a normal sentence, and my brain's like, there isn't a word there, Richard. Why we don't something similar to this in CS2? I just discovered that these unique containers drop for only the international attendees. I really feel we are lacking new high-end collectibles since they stopped dropping packages for people watching the major. Thoughts? Well, we had them. We did that. I imagine they'll be coming back, especially with the major being in China. What I'll also add is, can you imagine, you might say, the idea that Valve would add cosmetics now. Imagine it. I want you to astrally project yourself into future Reddit. How do people react to them dropping a bunch of cases and cosmetics and collectibles right now? What do you think people say, guys? All they do is care about money. They haven't even fixed the game. They haven't even fixed VAC. The person who makes the cases is surely the person who does VAC as well. That's all it would fucking be. Fix the game. That's all it would be. So no. I know they won't do this. I think it's gonna be, they're gonna drop a bunch of shit in time for Shanghai, but I pray they don't. I pray for the rest of CS2's development it is fucking cold scraps off a table covered in shit and flies. That's what I hope, because this community is a fucking joke. When you grow up, when you fucking grow up and stop crying and making things up and gaslighting everyone, right, then, maybe then you deserve some content. But you're going to get it anyway, and you're going to complain about it. JL still hasn't got his trophy. Now, the classic, a good place to end before we get into the wrap-up thread, which at least might give you some hope, is this. I love this one, and it gets said all of the time. It's not sophisticated in its messaging. Counter-Strike is dead. The most played game on Steam. The most played game on Steam, which is the largest online digital platform for the selling of video games. The most played game. A game that, by the way, routinely has like 1 million, 1.4 million like peak players. It's dead. It's dead. It is dead. Dead. If there isn't a big overhaul on the mechanics of this game, it will die rather quickly. Right, well, it's been out a year. you've complained the whole time. RNG and shit netcode. Disgrace of a game compared to CSGO that we can't play anymore. You can. You just don't know how to because you're a fucking moron. Because they know no one would play CS2 because it's garbage. That's not it. It's the skins. There was a little bit of hope in all of this. And no, it wasn't ChatGPT. It was this post I saw 5 days ago. And it simply said, people who hate CS2 weren't around to see how hated CSGO or CSS were. Facts. CSS was sacrilege to the 1.6s, and CSGO was hated even more. Yet when CS2 came out, all the Mayflowers on Reddit suddenly hate it and think CSGO was amazing. So ironic. Lol. Right? This is weird. Why do people pretend like the launch of CSGO in 2012 can be compared to the launch of CS2 in late 2023? They keep talking about $1 billion. I don't think it's outlandish to expect more. We've already done this. I've measured it. I've measured it on stream. There is the same amount, if not more, patches in CS2 for the first year of the game's development than there was in CSGO, which was in a far worse shape. But it's just true. People complained about CSGO right up until the end, and then when CS2 came along, you wanted it back. Well, you know, you reap what you fucking sow, dickheads. Like, I don't know what else to say. It seems so ridiculous. But here's the reality. Valve are going to keep developing CS2. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to give up on their game. They're going to go, they're going to develop it. It's going to get better, and it's going to get better. And I believe, much like all you fucking dickheads say about CSGO, I think in a few years, it'll represent the absolute peak of the franchise. I think it'll have, I think if Subtick can be made to work and marry up with the way the game looks, I think it'll be the best version of CS. I do. I genuinely believe it. Of course, all of this whining and pathetic behavior from the community de-incentivizes Valve to bring about that reality. So, your call, ball's in your court. Keep crying, keep complaining. The worst part is, the people doing these types of posts, you've been playing the game for 3 years. A lot of you LARP like it's longer. I can tell you're not old enough based on how you type. It doesn't really matter for you. You're the type of dickheads that were playing Fortnite when that was the big thing. Apex when that was the big thing. You'll play Shroud's game for a week. You'll play Dr. Disrespect's game for a week. Maybe not now. And then you have CS2 and you go back to it because it's a super compelling game with one of the best kind of FPS design structures, one of the best gameplay loops in competitive gaming that's ever been made. And you come back to it and you go, I'm so sad that it's not like how I remember. And then you'll fuck off and you'll be playing Deadlock as soon as you get into the alpha. You people don't care about the game. And yet, all you do is complain about the game. So, I don't know. Just go. Just leave. The game's bad. I agree. It's bad. It's terrible. It's irredeemable. Valve don't care. They've got all that money. There's cheaters in every game. So stop. Stop playing it. Please. I urge you. Do it for yourself. You owe it to yourself to stop playing this terrible game. Because if you don't boycott it, guys, Valve will just keep getting away with it. So just do it. Just fuck off. I'd rather have a community like a tenth of the size if you dickheads weren't in it. And honestly, most people above a certain age, they all feel the same way. So here's to the man babies of CS2. Now fuck off.